Hello everyone, welcome back to another reaction video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. So we're going to be covering a couple of topics in this video. The first thing we're going to cover is the conversation that's been going on with Peach and her husband having issues where apparently her husband has cheated again and she is pregnant with twins. The next topic of conversation I also want to cover is pertaining to Jasmine and Chris. Um, there is definitely some things that I need to speak on that is very important, and so we're going to cover that as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in.
All right, Peach Patch, we're going to see what our damage is. It's looking like we might end up being over $200, just a little bit over. Maybe like $215. All right, like we might be over $215. Let's see. The sodas are gonna take us over. So our total is gonna be $220.96. And I keep telling y'all, I do not get food stamps. But another reason why I came to Publix is because I knew I didn't want to put this stuff in my car. Because I could have went to Walgreens, but I was like, I do not feel like helping. And Publix, they give you free help out to your car. And Papa John's is literally right there across the parking lot. So by the time we go there, our pizza should be done. I ordered 4 pizzas. It's the kids' lunch. So Peach Patch, after this, I'm going home and I'm starting my work day. The kids gonna have their lunch. Daddy should be up and ready to be a dad of the day. And I'm gone for the entire day. I won't be home until like 11 at night. Now Peach Patch, why just the lady putting the groceries in my husband's truck? And look at this.
I hope it's all right.
And it's open.
I hope it's all right.
What?
All right, take care.
Peach Patch.
Bye.
When I tell you, it feel like my heart just went in my stomach. And it's open. I'm finna lose my mind.
Wow, this is sad. This is embarrassing because it was another lady that pointed this out to you because you didn't even notice it yourself. So here it is. Peach is going grocery shopping for her family. The lady is helping her load her car up with the groceries, and the lady is the one who noticed the open condom wrapper inside the door. And you can hear the lady saying, I'm sorry, I hope everything works out. Like, this is insane. Like, this woman is still pregnant. She says she's carrying twins. So not only is this woman finding out that her husband cheated on her, but she's pregnant with twins.
I'm gonna look for my kids at daycare. Put my kids in daycare. I found my kids in daycare. He said, don't put them in daycare. Oh, it's a waste of money. I'm gonna put my kids in daycare. I'm gonna keep going to work. I'm not gonna let this break me. And then to sit up there and act like, oh, that gotta be yours.
It's the audacity for me. Like, this man literally had the nerve to say that that condom wrapper had to be hers. She's carrying your twins, and you have the nerve to say she's the one out here cheating on you? And it's in your car? Like, what? This is insane. Like, if you're going to have enough boldness to be out here cheating, at least fess up and admit to the fact. Like, that was so lame for him to blame that on her. That is insane.
I could respect honesty. Somebody cheating on you don't hurt. A nigga knowing like, oh, wood when it fuck the bitch, that shit don't hurt. What hurts is you least expecting it. You thinking like, we straight, we good. Like, I trust my husband. My husband go out every Friday. His nights out, I don't call him. I don't bother him. He went out last night. I didn't bother him. I don't bother him. But to sit up there and just like be a liar and act like I'm crazy, I don't respect that.
Wow. I mean, for her to say, her knowing that her husband cheated on her don't hurt. Knowing that her husband wants to sleep around with somebody else doesn't hurt. The only thing that hurt her was the fact that she was blindsided. This is not normal. And this sounds like someone who has really became numb to the fact. Because obviously this man has done this many times to her. So now she has accepted this as the norm. She has accepted the fact that this man is going to cheat. So to her knowing that, it doesn't bother her because she has made it normal to her so she can know how to cope. So she can know how to go about her day to day. But why would you accept that though? A man should never cheat, period. It should never be okay for a man to cheat on you. And it should never be okay for you knowing that your husband or your significant other wants to sleep around with somebody else. That is not okay. If you are not enough, why are you allowing this man to do what he does to you? It should not be that serious to where you allow yourself to take or to accept bare minimum from him or from anybody. There should be a level of self-worth that you have for yourself where you wouldn't accept anything like that. You should value yourself enough to where if any man treated you that way, they wouldn't be in your presence anymore. They would not be able to breathe your same air. Like what? And this is very sad because there are a lot of women like this. As long as they have a man in their home, in their life, that they will continue to allow this man to chip away at their self-worth, their self-dignity, their self-respect. And this is sad to me because it should never get to this point to where you devalue yourself that much just so you can say you have a man, just so you can say you have a husband. Because if you are not valuing yourself, if you are not respecting yourself, why would you expect a man to do that? This is very sad.
Baby, I don't respect that. But it is what it is. I'm going to give y'all the same advice I gave yesterday. When a man...
Hey, mommy.
Hey, too. How was your pizza? I got classes to sell. Like, I could let this ruin my whole day. I literally could start beating this bitch. Literally picking up shit and go to hitting his ass. But I'm not going to do it. It's not worth doing. What is it going to solve? He's still going to be a liar. He's still going to lie. They really sit there and say, it's probably me. It's me. But, I'm just gonna not worry about it. We're gonna push it to the back of our brain. We're gonna keep working. I got a class all week. I don't got nobody else to watch our kids. I'm gonna look for them a daycare tomorrow, and I'm going to put them in daycare. I'm not gonna listen to my husband tell me, oh, that's a waste of money. That's dumb. That's stupid. Nope. I'm gonna put my kids in daycare. Remember who the fuck I am. Bitch, I'm too rich, too bossy, have too many income earning opportunities to sit up here and be up here crying about a nigga and not getting up out of bed and working when I gotta provide for 7, gonna be 9 kids. So it is what it is. Now the old me, and he won't leave. He like literally laying in the bed listening to me. He won't even go downstairs and give me space. The old me, baby, I'd be flatting tires right now, busting windows. You know, we would be in here tussling. But I got too many kids. All my kids home. My kids downstairs eating their pizza, watching TV. Gregory and McIntyre was playing video games. I'm not finna disrupt my kids' peace for this. And I'm not finna let it throw off my day. If my husband wanna continue to be a hoe and sleep with everybody, that's his life, his choice.
Mommy, mommy.
Hey, buddy.
I get the fact that, you don't want to disrupt your children right now because they don't know what's going on. And it's so sad because, for him to move the way he does is very selfish on his part. Because all he is doing is thinking about himself. He's not thinking about you as his wife. He's not thinking about his unborn children. He's definitely not thinking about the children that are already here. He's not looking at the fact that y'all children have gotten accustomed to having the both of y'all there. That is their routine. That's what they're familiar with. That's what they know. But it's very selfish for him to disrupt the family unit repeatedly. I do get the fact that you don't want to act out of character. The fact that you're saying that used to be the situation, I'm glad you have evolved from that because, yeah, it's definitely not going to change anything. And that's not healthy. That's very dysfunctional. It's toxic. I don't know if your children have witnessed that in the past, but that's very dysfunctional for them to have to, witness that. This is just a very toxic situation. And the fact that she's saying that he won't even give her space, he's still laying up in the bed, like, it's the audacity for me. Ain't no way in the world. First off, you wouldn't even be able to step foot back in my house. Like, let's just keep it 100. You would not be in the house. You definitely wouldn't be laying up in my bed. Like, who does that? But he does that because he knows what she has allowed and what she has accepted. That's why he's cocky like that. That's why he feels like he don't have to be anywhere else but in his domain. Because that is what she has allowed. She allowed the behavior. So he's only doing what you've allowed, Peach.
I'm at work. I'm in the clubhouse where I live. And I'm going to be honest, my emotions on the inside, I feel enraged. Like, I'm proud of myself for holding my composure and not just flipping out because it would solve absolutely nothing. Trying to fight him, busting out his windows, flattening his tires, it solves absolutely nothing. I'm happy that I'm being logical and just like gonna continue to push through. Getting cheated on doesn't hurt. Like, knowing your man mess with other women, that don't hurt. It's when you least expect it, like thinking like y'all good, y'all straight, y'all done got past things, you could trust them, you know? When my husband go out every Friday, I leave my husband be. I don't call, I don't nag him. I make sure he have breaks. In the mornings, when he finish hanging out, I make sure he can sleep in. I'll get the kids and give him a break, you know? But it's like, this time, I'm not going to break down. I'm not going to quit. What I am going to do is become fully self-sufficient, where I don't have to depend on this man for nothing. All the days of you watching my kids, our kids, while I'm at work, done. I'm going to put my kids in daycare. I can afford it. I'm going to work really, really hard and get focused, get my savings back up before my twins come. And as I said it, because I know some people going to find this as a hee like, you going to be a single mom. No, I'm not. I'm just going to be a mom. It's going to be no excuses with me, per usual. All 9 of my kids, they're going to be good. With or without their daddy, they're going to be good. I'm going to find me somebody to help me. My kids already can go to before and after school program. I pay for it. I could pick and drop everybody off by myself. Like, I could do it all by myself, and then I can afford help. I have so many income earning opportunities. I'm not gonna just stay in the bed and cry. I know he lying. He won't leave from by me. I know you lying. What I know you. Normally when he cheating, I could feel it. You know, I'd be like, oh, I think this nigga cheating on me or something. I ain't had no feeling. The other night I did. Last weekend I did though. Last weekend I called him. I was like, you cheating on me? I woke up out my sleep and he was at the club with his friends. And he don't even go to the club. But he was at the club with his friends. I just kind of like, okay, whatever. And then we end up talking on the ride home. I stayed up till he came home. Like, okay, cool. Versus, I don't know when this happened. I don't go in my husband's backseat. When I drive my husband's car, I don't look for nothing. I don't go through his things. I just drive his car. And then to sit up there and be like, oh, it probably was you. Really? That's all you could come up with? You couldn't even just be honest and be like, man, Peaches are blah, blah, blah. Like, you couldn't even be honest with me. But it's fine. I'm not going to let it cripple me. As women, I want you to know, especially if you're pregnant, I feel like I'm pregnant with 2 babies. I want you to just keep going. Don't get your value from no man. Don't think that you're worthless. Don't think that you're ugly. Don't think that you're not good enough. Just keep going, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just keep going. Even when it's time to have my babies, like, my mind is like in full race mode. Like, we got to go. I got to make so much money. When I have my babies, I'm going to pay for me a doula. Like, watch. This not going to break me. I'm not going to need you, and I'm not going to need my family. I'm never going back to my family. And now it's going to be, I'm never going to go back to you. Watch.
First off, Peach, you need to stop lying to yourself when you say him cheating on you doesn't hurt, because it does hurt. Anybody that has ever been cheated on know how that feels. That's not something that people just enjoy going through. That's hurtful, because you are putting your trust in that individual. And when they break your trust, that hurts. So you really need to stop lying to yourself by trying to convince people and yourself that him cheating on you doesn't hurt. Have you become numb to the fact that this is what he does? I most definitely believe that's part of it. But you're crying real tears right here because it hurts. And rightfully so. The thing that really gets me too is you're telling your audience, do not find your worth in a man. But this is what you did. Because my thing is, if you truly have self-worth, if you truly value yourself, Peach, why are you putting up with this? Why are you putting up with this and have put up with this for years? I get the fact that you love and care about him, but obviously you loving him the way that you do is not enough for him to change. If he truly loved you, if he truly valued your marriage, your friendship, he wouldn't do what he's doing. And I'm glad that you're in a position where you have residual income and you have income coming from various places. I'm glad you're in this position because, as you've stated, you can do this on your own. Now, I know it's going to be a challenge because you do have 7 children and you will have 9 once you deliver these babies. That is a lot of children, but like you said, you can put them in daycare, you can hire help because you have the income to do so. So if you know this is what you can do and you don't need him, why are you allowing him to stay in your life? It should not be where you're giving him the choice to stay in your life. The choice is yours. But it's like, why are you choosing to allow this man to continue to do what he's doing? He clearly broke your vows. So what are you bound to? And this is something that, I highly believe in because, yes, I am a Christian. I do believe in marriage. But I don't believe God expects women to stay in marriages where we are being mistreated, where we are being abused, whether it's physical, verbal, emotional. God is not going to expect us to be subjected to that type of treatment. So I don't believe that just because you're married, that you're supposed to be bound by that contract and you just have to stay in the marriage. No, you don't have to. And I know some people shun divorce, but if you have a good reason, I'm not talking about just getting divorced for no reason. I'm not talking about getting divorced just so you can be with the next one. No. I'm talking about if you are truly being mistreated, if that man is not protecting you and he's not protecting your heart, he's not protecting the trust that you are giving to him, because trust is not easy. It takes a lot to trust somebody. I don't care if it's in a relationship, a friendship, a marriage. Trust is very hard to give. And when somebody gives you their trust, you should respect that trust. You should hold it dear and not do anything to cause hurt upon the person who's giving you their heart and their trust. But for you to just continue to allow this man to stay, I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
First meal of the whole day and I'm pregnant with 2 babies. I swear lately, I'm so thankful for the wisdom my daddy gave me before he died. Because I promise, if it wasn't for those quotes, the number one in my life is filled with adversity, keep going anyways. Baby, when I tell you that quote be carrying me, it really do. I'm gonna sit and send out my emails before I start driving home. And it's my last not because to cry, because I ain't crying in class, baby. Back to the money. Gotta stay focused. I got too many kids and too many responsibilities. I'm happy that I've lived real life and I know the consequences of not coming to work just because life. So Peach Patch, I'm in my husband's truck and it's Wi-Fi in here, so I'm about to go ahead and send out my emails. And it just dawned on me, it's like, oh girl, you really in this truck, and this nigga probably really messed with somebody, like hunched somebody in the back seat. Last night or Friday night, it's like, child, baby, listen, so nasty. All right, Peach Patch, I have over 100 people in my class, and I just sent out emails to everybody who paid online, just reminder emails. Everybody who paid through social media, they got all the information yesterday, so we shouldn't have any issues. Current time is 6:32, so I have time to just go sit with myself for about 10 minutes prior to class starting, and just, class is gonna be phenomenal.
Y'all, this could not be me. I could not. I'm not built for that. I'm not wired for this type of life. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't. And, she said early on, she felt like people were going to make fun of her, what have you. I don't really think this is a funny situation. It's sad. I do feel this situation could have been avoided had she made decisions that she should have made early on when this started happening. I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to show you who they are. I don't care how much a facade they try to put up. People eventually are going to show you who they are. And you have to take them at their word. You got to believe what you're seeing. You cannot change people. People change because they want to change. Let me say that again. You cannot change people. People change because they want to change. When people are ready to change, then they can receive what you have to give to them. But until then, you can keep planting the seeds, and that's what I do all the time when I do these videos. I plant seeds, and I hope one day those seeds take root and they start to sprout. And before you know it, you see a leaf popping up, you see a little spring of life popping up, and before you know it, it's a whole beautiful rose or whatever flower of your preference will begin to flourish and blossom. That's my hope. But I think this is so sad because the thing is, a lot of women go through this. A lot of women love hard, but sometimes they come up short. Sometimes the men don't know how to love back. I don't know his history, but it just seems like he really just hasn't fully grown up. And I don't know if this man works. It seems like he doesn't. This is ridiculous that she's pretty much being the man of the house, really. Because how are you a man and you're not even being the provider? Your wife can't even depend on you to provide for the household financially. I can't respect that at all. So it's so many things about this situation that is just wrong to me. But the fact that she's basically trying to suck it up and push her feelings to the side just so she can go to work and clock in, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
I'm in his bed tonight. First, I was faking a pregnancy. It's not way she pregnant. She not pregnant. Now y'all know I'm pregnant. And it's not two babies. It's one baby. Whatever. Now, I'm faking finding the condom in my husband's truck. It's all fake. Me and Wood, we sitting up here like, oh my goodness, we need money for Christmas. We gotta buy 7 kids Christmas presents. Even though all the money that we earn in December won't be paid until January. Our Christmas checks was made in November. Y'all be like turtle slow. And it's so sad. Like somebody literally just telling you the truth. And instead, you make up your own story. And then have the nerve to call me the mental patient. You're the mental patient. This is my real life. I'm just so blessed that I'm a lifestyle content creator. Anything I do in my real life, I can monetize it. I literally can make a video about anything. Unlike other people, when life go to life and they hide under a rock. When life go to life and for Peach McIntyre, she just pick up the camera. Why would I lie on him? Why would I want to break my own heart, be up here crying when I'm pregnant with not one, but 2 babies? And about to have them real soon. Like, why would I do that? Even last year, y'all did the same thing. I mean, two years ago, a year ago, when I had Phenomenal, first it said I wasn't pregnant. Then when I had him be a C-section because I was up and on go, because he wasn't acting right. But it said, oh, she lied. She never had a C-section. She lying. There's no way she had a C-section. Real did had a C-section. I'm just phenomenal. Like, I refuse to let anything in life keep me down. I be crying, but I be on my ET stuff. I'm going to cry to keep going. It's that simple. As far as my marriage go, and I don't kick him out. If you want to leave, you can leave. I've been trying to kick him out the room so I can have a bed to myself, but he won't leave. He won't let me lay in here by myself. He said he was here first. Would. You love me? You love me? Huh? Huh? He don't even love me. Is it? We just roommates, bedmates. Am I talking to you? Yes, I blocked your phone number. I blocked his number, and I said I'm not talking to him. And I also asked him to get out the room, and he won't leave. But we're just bedmates right now. Roommate, bedmates. Ain't nothing going on. Ain't no motion. Ain't nothing going on with us.
I'm sorry, but this was kind of hard to watch. This part right here kind of made me cringe on the inside because this is so embarrassing. Like, I really just had secondhand embarrassment watching this. I mean, first off, it's the fact that she is on live talking about her husband's infidelity and he just laying up in the bed chilling like he's the king of the castle, playing on his phone, draped with white sheets around him. He ain't got a care in his bones. And it's like, there is nothing about his body language that would make you feel that he cares one bit what he just did. He cares not one bit that this woman been on this camera multiple times crying because she's trying to convince herself that what he did not hurt her. I'm just like, are we for real right now? And then on top of that, she asking this man while she's on camera, do you love me? What? And he's sitting there cracking smiles because he thinks it's a joke. Like, this is a joke. Like, why would you even ask that on camera? And from what I could hear, I didn't hear him say yeah. He didn't say anything. Like, this is, Lord. I mean, if he said something and I just didn't hear it, please correct me. But I didn't hear anything. I mean, just embarrassing. So embarrassing. I could not. I could not.
I tried to have a little winter concert today, and I think I missed it. Yeah, you missed it. I know McIntyre don't go to 6:30, so I saw the other kids was at 6. They gonna come through, so I didn't go that way. That was just an amazing performance. I feel so bad. Hey, sister. I'm sorry I missed your performance. Stretch, when I tell y'all, I gotta get my life in order. My kids had a winter concert today. I thought it started at 5:30 because my kids go to after school program until 6. Anyways, I sent them with all this stuff, and the concert actually started at 5 for first, second, and kindergarten. So by the time I made it over here, it was done. And then it's a 30-minute break. Now it's about to be McIntyre's turn, but at least we'll get to see McIntyre. But I still feel bad as a parent. Like, girl, how you didn't know this? You didn't get yourself together. The whole family's gonna stay to watch McIntyre since we miss Gorgeous and amazing. Sad about this. Super sad. To the high school campus.
Okay, so I don't really watch Peach's content. I've really never just followed her story. But am I hearing correctly? Is her children named Amazing and Gorgeous? Am I hearing that correctly? Did she literally name her children that? Like, please let me know, because I know she said one of their names is McIntyre. But no, because McIntyre's their last name. I'm so confused. Why is she calling him McIntyre? But, okay, so if y'all know the names of her children, let me know, because I don't know the names of her children, but did I hear that correctly? Did she name one of her children Gorgeous and another one Amazing? Like, that is such a weird thing to do. I mean, yeah, you can call your children Gorgeous and Amazing, but why would you name them that? That's, I don't know. That's different.
The cafeteria.
Hey, he didn't make too hot, baby.
Maybe they doing their stuff outside.
This one's there.
I still cannot believe I just pulled some stuff. Go ahead, Max. Sorry, I had to go in the cafeteria. We have to wait until everybody come out so we can go in here so we can watch the show. All right, Peach Patch. We gotta find somewhere to sit. Just set up like a little concert. Once again, I'm so sad I missed the other kiddos. Hot chocolate and cookies and stuff. My husband said no. I was gonna go buy everybody some. Look, he's about, I want hot chocolate. You want hot chocolate, wonderful?
Yeah.
Y'all not even gonna be here that long. Hold on. Wait. Ooh, your hands ice cold. My baby some mittens. I need to go buy them some mittens and gloves. My husband said don't buy the hot chocolate and the cookies, but I bought it anyways because Wonderful wanted it. That's my problem. I never listen to him. It was only $3. $3 got you a cookie and a hot chocolate. Be careful. Okay, thank you. She ain't been getting no sweets. Wonderful. What should I made? A cookie sandwich? Wonderful don't want to make a cookie sandwich.
Okay, he's a cute little thing, but she really named him Wonderful? So that's his legal name, Wonderful McIntyre? Oh my goodness, that is so different.
Everybody kids just running around. We got pretty good seats. I think it was crowded. More busy earlier. He opened 2 packs. McKay's dipping his cookie in the hot chocolate. How the hot chocolate taste?
That's good.
Does it taste good? It's very good. Yeah. He told me not to buy no cookies or no hot chocolate. Look at him. So what? How the cookie taste? I don't buy it. You get that cookies. I need to go get me one. I actually have a class to teach at 7, my mentorship program, and McIntyre's still hasn't come out yet, and my internet doesn't work over here, so I actually have to go. So I'm gonna take all of the kids with me and go home, and then Daddy's gonna stay and watch McIntyre.
So based off of how she's still referring to him as daddy and, you know, husband, and I guess she's just letting things be as they are and have been. I mean, I guess she's not too bothered with the situation. I could not find peace in that. I love peace too much. I value my peace too much, and my peace of mind at that, to try to, you know, normalize being in this type of situation, because nothing about this is normal. Nothing about this is okay. Yeah, I just could not, because this is a very dysfunctional type of situation. To not have trust in a relationship, to me, is not a relationship. But I guess according to her, they're just going to be roommates. I mean, what's the point of being married if there's no love in it? If there's no respect, no honor? It's just an empty marriage. But, you know, everybody lives the way they choose to live, and they accept what they choose to accept. But just know that at some point, everybody gets to a breaking point. And the fact that this is something that has been ongoing, and the fact that you recently been on here shedding your tears because this did hurt you, know that he's going to do it again, and he's going to cause even more hurt and pain. Until he recognizes that what he's doing is really affecting everyone around him, and until he makes the decision to change for himself, you're going to continue to be hurt. And if that's what you signed up for, then I guess you're built for it. But I think it's reckless for you to be somewhat of a role model to women, and you're somewhat making them believe that this is okay, because it's not. It's not okay to be in this situation, and it's not normal either. But moving on. So now I'm going to speak a little bit on Jasmine, and just kind of share my thoughts on the situation. Clearly, we have been seeing Jasmine posting content where she's entitling her videos to be where it's insinuating that she's pregnant. I know there is, you know, mixed feelings on whether this is clickbait, whether she actually is pregnant again, or maybe she's trolling. I don't know if someone made comments that they felt she was pregnant, and she's just, you know, kind of placating to those particular comments. I don't know. So here are some screenshots of how she has been entitling her videos. This one, you know, was a vlog where she entitled it, "I'm Pregnant Again. That's why I can't lose weight." The next video was "Pregnant with 5 kids and no food." I mean, that's very specific to say she's pregnant with 5 children. The next video was "First Trimester, get ready with me for the women's basketball." Again, very specific to say first trimester. The next one was "taking a live pregnancy test at the clinic." And many of y'all saw the video to that. I do have a snippet of this particular video that she did, but she clearly took a pregnancy test. And then the most recent video that she uploaded was before the pregnancy test and finding out the results. Now, like I said before, I don't know if she's pregnant or not, but let's just say hypothetically she's not pregnant and this is just clickbait. I don't understand why clickbait like this. I mean, I do get the fact that when it comes to this sector, especially when it comes to the women that a lot of people are following, including Jasmine, for this to be, a conversation, it will definitely like get the people talking. But to just put out intentional titles like this and you're really not pregnant, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it at all. Which makes me feel there's a possibility that she could be pregnant. Now, my thing is too, and I think where there's a lot of confusion, Jasmine has still been going to the gym. She still has been, um, well, I don't know. I know she was talking earlier about getting back on the weight loss shots. I don't know if she's currently doing weight loss shots, but I know not too long ago she did make mention of that. Um, I know she still, does the pre-workout. She's still wearing her waist trainer. So to do all of those things that I just listed, it wouldn't make sense to still do that if you know you're pregnant. So that within itself makes me lean to the side of maybe she's not pregnant and that maybe she's doing this just to give people something to talk about. But again, I don't know. This is just me speculating. But while we're on the subject, I'm just going to play a snippet of this video where she was at the clinic taking a pregnancy test. So I had to add my own music over her video just for the simple fact I would have got copyrighted had I played her music. But, we basically saw her take the pregnancy test. Now, she did literally show her in the bathroom, peeing in the cup. Not literally, but y'all know what I mean. I didn't want to replay that. But this is pretty much after the fact where she gave them, you see her urine sample, and they're taking 2 pregnancy tests. And, I asked myself the question, why film it? It almost seemed like she filmed it to prove that what she been saying is not a lie. But honestly, it just seemed like this whole situation came out of nowhere because this is kind of where I'm at and why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling is because for the longest time, Jasmine was, periodically coming on here, and she was talking about how she didn't know if she was ready to date. A part of her wanted to date, but then the other part of her felt like she wasn't ready because she didn't feel like she was completely healed and she didn't want to enter into another relationship not being fully healed and end up hurting someone else as a result, which I felt was pretty commendable. The other part, too, that she shared was she had expressed multiple times that she wasn't completely over Legend's father, which we know is Chris. And so she would have this conversation from time to time where she would pretty much say, I'm in some ways want to date, but I don't feel I'm ready to date. And I remember she at one point had came on here and she had decided against it. She said, you know what, I'm not going to date because I've come to terms with the fact that I'm just not ready. And then it seemed like when Chrissy came on here and shared that she was married now, that's when it seemed like I noticed Jasmine would kind of insinuate that she was seeing somebody. And so I was just completely thrown because I'm like, okay, why are you having this conversation of you seeing somebody, but you just got through saying that you realized that being in a relationship right now wasn't the best for you? So I was very much confused by that, and I felt like because Chrissy announced that she was married, it kind of influenced Jasmine to just go ahead and start dating anyway. Now, this next small clip that I'm going to play it's what's really going to introduce another piece of conversation that I do want to have that I feel is very important. So let me just play this small clip and then we'll get all the way into this conversation. So this piece of video was in her most recent video that she uploaded entitled Before the Pregnancy Test, before she got the results. And this was like towards the end of her video. Now, there was another clip where she was showing her and Legend walking into the movie theater, and you could clearly see this same person that she's sitting across from at this restaurant. He was walking with them. Now, some people suspect that it could be her brother. Some people suspect that it could be a new guy that she's seeing. Some people think it could be Chris. I don't know. But I also remember a while back, Jasmine, when she really started losing the weight, I don't remember how it came up, but I do remember her saying how Chris also was losing weight. And so when I was looking at his frame in the video, he did look like a smaller guy, but you could only see from the lower legs all the way down. It's possible, he could have lost the weight. I don't know. But I just remember Jasmine saying that. I also recall Jasmine saying in one of her lives that, she still had feelings for Legend's father, which I'm not saying is anything wrong with her still having love for him, but I just remember her saying that not too long ago. So for it to be a new guy, I would think that wouldn't be the wisest thing to do, because you shouldn't start a relationship with somebody if you still have feelings for someone else. Now, here's what I want to say. I shared in a couple of videos back where I told y'all that I'm a dreamer. God gives me dreams all the time. And I recently shared a dream that I had about Olivia. Now, when I tell y'all, since I've been kind of following this sector, I've been having a lot of dreams off and on. I feel like the dreams have been ramping up, though, when it comes to these women. I've been dreaming about Jasmine, Olivia, and Chrissy. But they've been kind of ramping up more so when it comes to Jasmine and Olivia. Now, I had this dream about Jasmine, and the only reason, there's a couple of reasons why I never shared it here. One being, like I said before in another video, I didn't quite know if this was the platform where I could share my dreams. I really didn't know what to do with it. And so I just kind of didn't share it. And then the other part of me felt like, well, since her and Chris are no longer together, maybe there's no need for me to bring this up, But it seems like there's been more conversation recently where there is a possibility that they are still together, or maybe they are exploring the idea of trying it again. I now feel compelled to share this dream. And it was something that really bothered me when I saw this. And I didn't quite, like I said, know what to do with it, but I feel, at least for a month now, I've been just feeling like I'm wrestling on the inside. And I've been feeling this nudge to share this now. So that's what I'm about to do, is share this dream. It was a dream that I had about Jasmine. Chris was in the dream as well, and also Philip. So I had this dream on August 9th of this year. Okay? This is what I dreamt. I dreamt that I was on a basketball court, and it seemed like I was playing on the team with Jasmine and the other team members. She had stepped off the court, and she went behind these double doors. We're still in the gym, and I see her just walk across the court, and she goes behind these two double doors. And when she came back through those double doors, I could tell by the look on her face something had happened. And I asked her, I said, what's wrong? The team at this point, because at first they were all kind of surrounding like one area where we all were standing. And when I asked her what was wrong, everybody walked away, and now it was just me and Jasmine. And I asked her again. I said, what's wrong? I said, because you look off. And I could see tears in her eyes. And I began to get upset. And I started walking across the court, and I went behind the same doors that she had walked through and came back out of. And so when I walked across the court and I went behind the doors, I saw Chris and Philip standing near the exit door. And I remember at this point, I don't know why it showed it this way, but I just became enraged. And I was just asking Chris, I said, what did you do to her? And at first he was just not paying me no attention. Him and Philip was like just trying to play it off like they didn't hear me, but I said it again. I said, what did you do to her? And Chris turned around and he started charging at me, swinging his fist like the way he was swinging his fist, it was like he was actually fighting something. But he was swinging like both his fists, like he was connecting with my face, but he was swinging at the air. But he was trying to intimidate me. And the whole time he's swinging, he's getting closer and closer to my face. But I'm standing very firm. I didn't budge, I didn't move, I didn't blink, I just stood there. And when he noticed that what he was doing was not causing me to fear, and it wasn't causing me to move in any way, he stopped doing that and he just stood there and stared me down. And he had this look on his face like he really wanted to hurt me, but he knew he couldn't do anything to me. And so it seemed like for a long time we just stared each other down. And then I saw Philip standing at the door. He had opened the door, and when I looked at him, he looked down at the floor, and the look on his face was a look of shame, because he knew that what he was allowing to be done was wrong, but he didn't do or say anything about it. And after what seemed to be a long time of us staring each other down, Philip then said, "Hey man, let's go." And Chris looked at me one last time like he just had this evil look on his face. He looked at me one last time and he turned around, and him and Philip left out the same door. And when they left, I walked right back through those doors across the gym floor, and I walked up to Jasmine. And I remember she just looked at me like just confused, like why would you stick up for me? She was like, nobody ever stood up for me like that. Why are you standing up for me? And I said some things to her, and I just remember she just really broke down crying. And she put her head on my shoulder, and I just consoled her. And I woke up from that dream. And then I laid back down, and I dreamt a second dream. And in this dream, it seemed like I was in this house, and I was in this room, and I saw Jasmine walk into the room, and she sat on the couch. And then Chris walked in, and he was looking real angry. I don't know what was wrong with him, but he just looked angry. And I saw how he was just taking it out on Jasmine, and I got tired of it. And I told him, why don't you leave her alone? And he stared me down like he was about to do something. And my husband was in the dream. And I told I told Chris, I said, my husband is right here. I stepped aside, and then it showed my husband standing behind me like my husband was backing me up. And when Chris saw my husband, he backed down. And then I woke up again. Now, mind you, I had these two dreams in the same night, August 9th of this year. I've had other dreams about Jasmine. I've had other dreams about Chris. Every dream I've had of Chris has always been negative. Every dream. And again, when I had this dream, these two dreams, I did not understand why am I dreaming this. I didn't understand it because clearly at this time they wasn't together. From what we knew, they had already broken up. Jasmine was figuring it out as a single mother of five. And she was just trying to make it work, now having Legend and Chris not being around. So I didn't really think anything of it. I always record my dreams. Every dream I have, I write them down. But like I said, when this whole thing with Chris started resurfacing, I'm like, okay, was there really something to this? Because why would I have not just one dream, but two in the same night? And so, Jasmine, you are a grown woman. Can't nobody tell you what to do. But I have learned over the years to pay attention to my dreams because I know God does communicate with me through dreams. I recently had a conversation with my sister-in-law. I told my husband about a couple of dreams I had about her, and I was telling him, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know if I should tell her. I don't know. And he was like, well, I think you should tell her. So I called her up. I told her the dreams I had. When I got done, she was quiet. I'm feeling like, well, maybe she quiet because I just said something that made no complete sense. It had no validity to her real life. But when I finally asked her, after there seemed to be minutes of silence, I said, is everything okay? She said, yeah. She said, I'm quiet because everything you just shared is true. And so I'm just saying that I have been feeling this nudge within me to share this and to share it now. Jasmine, I know you have a history with Chris. I don't know all the ins and outs of what y'all relationship was. I know you said that y'all did have some fights. And I know it wasn't all pleasant. You have been on this journey of trying to heal from that situation. I would really hate to see you go backwards and start up a relationship that can potentially cause even more hurt and pain worse than what you initially went through with him. Again, I have learned to pay attention to my dreams, and I really feel for me to see this, I feel it's a warning. And I'm very concerned about you trying to rekindle a relationship with him. There was another dream I had a couple of months prior to me having this dream that I shared, where it was literally showing me how Chris maneuvers through different women. How he will be with a woman, and how calculated he is, and he uses women as a come up. He gravitates to certain women long enough to where if he meets somebody else and he sees that they can offer him more, he'll go in that direction and leave the other one behind, no problems. I saw this too. I'm not thinking about this man. So I don't know why I would be seeing this type of stuff unless God is trying to communicate something of importance. Again, you're a grown woman. You can do whatever you want to do. You can make your own decisions. But sometimes I do know when it comes to whatever it is God has in store for you and how he's trying to protect you, sometimes he has to step in and intervene and give out warnings. And I just feel like when it comes to this situation, there's a reason why God felt it necessary to show this. Because it's something about this man that I feel you just don't want to go back into a whole nother situation with. Because I don't think he treated you the way that you deserve to be treated. Again, I don't know y'all intimate, the details of y'all's relationship that y'all had before. But I do know that there were moments that we did witness where he wasn't the type of man that he should have been to you. I don't care who it is. Every woman deserves a man who's going to treat them like the queen that you are. And I'm just very concerned. Again, I don't know who this guy was. It could have been Chris. It could have been somebody else. I don't know. But I just felt like I needed to share this because I would hate to see you have a setback. I don't think it would be good for you. I don't think it would be good for your mental state. I think you have, gone through a lot to get to where you are right now, and it would be a shame for you to jeopardize that and get into a relationship where wasn't healthy for you the first time around. And let's just say, hypothetically, you're entertaining a new relationship. I think you really need to be honest with yourself and ask yourself the question, is this really something that you need right now? I'm not saying you got to be single for the rest of your life, but if you can openly admit to the fact that you still have feelings for another man, you definitely should not be entertaining a new relationship. You know, things happen when it's supposed to. You shouldn't rush it. You shouldn't feel obligated to be in a relationship because other people are expecting that of you, or you're trying to prove a point to say, I can get a man. I don't know what your reasonings are. I'm just going off of what I've heard you say just recently, and you said that you knew it wasn't best for you to be in a relationship right now. So that's pretty much what I wanted to speak on with this. I don't know, you guys. When it comes to Chris, it's just something about him that I keep seeing in my dreams that it gives off, this is not a good dude. Another point that I want to make before I end this video is the fact that I believe the reason why I saw Philip and Chris together in this dream, and it felt like they were on one accord. I believe the reason why I saw it this way is because God was communicating to me that they are of the same spirit. Philip was very disrespectful to Jasmine when they were together. And I feel Philip in a lot of ways condones the relationship that Chris and Jasmine had because they're the same. And that's why I believe that when I looked at Philip, because the way I was looking at Philip in the dream, it was like, dude, you're not going to say anything? You clearly see how this man is coming at me completely incorrect. He's swinging at me like he literally wants to connect with my face, and you're just standing there not saying nothing. Like, that's how I was looking at Philip. And Philip just dropped his head to the ground because it was like all I saw in his face was shame. He couldn't stand up for me. He couldn't defend me because he co-signed it. He is the same. And that's the part that I think Jasmine needs to look at as well. Why are you choosing the same type of man? Anytime you are dealing with low self-esteem, you attract that in other men, and they know how to take advantage of that. I'm telling y'all, the spirit is real. Just like I said in the last video, spirit identifies spirit. Yes, it's true. There are a lot of men that know how to sniff out low self-esteem women. They can see it a mile away, and they take advantage of those women. And so, Jasmine, just please be careful. It makes it a whole nother type of situation if you actually are pregnant. I don't even know. I'm really hoping that it is clickbait at this point. But Jasmine, please be careful and take what I'm saying to heart. I don't know if you pray, but I would advise you to. Because if God is having to show me these things, there's a reason. There's a reason for it. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. It's OneLove, and I'm out.